Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morgan's Friends and Family Call. And if you are here and you were invited, you know it's because she cares a lot about you and about your health, and she wants you to be encouraged. So, my name is Sharon McClellan, and my family and I have all been taking Juice Plus for getting close to 24 years, if you can believe that. I'll share a little bit more about our story later. The company has been around for 50 years, and the Juice Plus products have been around for 32 years. So, tried and proven, and we now have 51 published studies, which I'll go into that. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. We absolutely love to encourage those that we care about in their health, and also to offer some simple solutions that are backed by science. So, Morgan, I would love for you to share a little bit about your story.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to say thank y'all for all being on the call. It means so much to me, and I'm just so grateful to get to share something that I am so passionate about. So our story with Juice Plus started over 20 years ago. I was about 6 years old, and Sharon actually was the one that shared Juice Plus with my mom, and it came at just the perfect time really because my mom was having a hard time getting one of my brothers to eat anything green. He was eating pizza, French fries, chicken fingers, you name it, but nothing green. And she shared Juice Plus with Sharon, and or Sharon shared Juice Plus with my mom, and it made sense to her immediately. And if you don't know what Juice Plus is, I know she'll go into more of it later, but it is truly just a way to get 30 fruits, veggies, and berries in your diet every day. It's an easy way to do that. And so, as my parents looked into it more, my mom is a dentist. My dad is a radiation oncologist, and the fact that there were so many incredible studies backing Juice Plus was so important to them. And they really knew that they were doing the best thing for me and my brothers and themselves because of all the science that backs Juice Plus. Like Sharon said, I think are we at, is it at 51? Oh my gosh.
51.
So it's hard to keep track. But they just keep going up and it's amazing. And my dad did his residency at MD Anderson in Houston, which is the top cancer patient care center in the nation, in the world. And they have done studies using the Juice Plus capsules and also the complete protein shakes. And I know that was something that was so impressive to him, as well as my mom. So when we started taking Juice Plus consistently, one thing that we noticed were stronger immune systems. Growing up, I honestly really can't remember getting sick at all or very often. And if we did, it was often so much more mild and short-lived than what others were experiencing. And so I'm just truly so grateful that they implemented this into our lives and also taught us the importance of whole food nutrition and to let food really be your medicine. And I love sharing this little testimony. When I met my husband Grayson, when we first started dating, it was a requirement for him to take Juice Plus. No, I'm just kidding. But he did start taking it. Did start taking it a few months into us dating, and
No, she's
fast forward
not.
into our. So fast forward into our first year of marriage. Um, I actually would he actually deployed to the Middle East, and I would send Juice Plus to him. And it brought me so much peace of mind knowing that he was getting the proper nutrition while he was over there. And so many of his friends were getting sick and struggling with reoccurring sicknesses, and he did not. And so I'm just so grateful for that. I praise God for that. And yeah, I'm just so excited to have everybody here and just get to share more about Juice Plus because it's been such a blessing to us and to so many people we know and love. So
Thank you so much, Morgan. And Dina, would you like to say a few words?
Um, I can talk a little bit, but
Good.
I don't want to spend too much time. But um, yeah, I nutrition's always been kind of my passion. Maybe that's why I became a dentist. And we all know sugar is the devil, and we we only have carbohydrates, proteins, right?
Mhm.
And essentially, fruits and vegetables. So the more fruits and vegetables you eat, the healthier you're going to be. Now try to get 30 different servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And then you look at the mineral content in our saliva, in our soil. And if you go to the grocery store and try to buy 3 pieces of fruit, it's $3. And you don't even know what you're getting anymore. That's what's really scary. But anyway, so John was 4. The kids were 2, 4, and 6 when Sharon introduced us to Juice Plus, and I was desperate because John was only eating cheese pizza and grilled cheese, and I was like, okay, this is disgusting. And as a parent, you're in charge of your children's health, and it was like, how do you instill proper nutrition at such a young age when they're going to all these other houses and all these birthday parties and getting all this crap all day long? So I was diagnosed at 28 with cancer. So I read a book called Eat to Beat Your Cancer.
Mm.
And I went on that journey and down that rabbit hole early on. And I had been a dancer and I had been around a lot of girls with eating disorders and bulimia and anorexia. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want this to happen to me. And so, anyways, then going to dental school, I learned a lot. And then I started studying nutrition. So there is nothing more important than what we put in our body. So the passion, it's just, I call it Jetson food. And when you start taking Juice Plus, you you will decrease how much sugar you eat because you don't even want it anymore. If you put, great food in your body, that's what you start to actually, acquire and crave. So, anyways, I could go on and on and on, but I'm proud of Morgan. She's really taken this seriously as a home business, and I know Sharon's going to talk about this, but there's so much junk on the internet right now in Instagram, and people are buying stuff left and right. And the reason why doctors recommend Juice Plus is because we've got the double blind placebo studies, and we know what we're taking, and we know the company's good, right?
Yeah.
And what you are taking is exactly what they say you're taking. So, okay.
Thank you so much. Did your dad want to say a few words?
He's coming. Mhm.
On.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm a radiation oncologist, and as Morgan said, I trained at MD Anderson. So we're always looking at data. And the most compelling thing for me about Juice Plus was the plethora of real scientific data they've accumulated through the last 25 years.
Mm.
Um, Independent run, institutional, MD Anderson, Mayo Clinic, UCLA, University of North Carolina. I've done trials with Juice Plus, randomized, comparing patients that weren't taking Juice Plus with patients that were taking Juice Plus. And the most compelling thing for me was the proof that this product decreased oxidation as measured by lipid peroxidase levels in the bloodstream. And oxidation is what causes aging and bad things like cancer. Oxidation is the process where hydroxyl radical is created, and it's very unstable, and it interacts with the DNA and causes damage. So the goal is to reduce oxidation in your whole body, your bloodstream. So the data is compelling. The FDA, my understanding, is they analyzed the product from Juice Plus, and they did confirm that what Juice Plus says is in their product is in their product. And that's the big thing with these unregulated products that are over the counter. You go to all these, you know, vitamin stores, and a lot of these drugs have been analyzed, and what they say is in there is not in there. It's all fraud. But Juice Plus is a very legitimate company, so I'm very happy to take it. I've been taking it for over 20 years, and everybody tells me that I keep looking younger and younger.
I was going to say that I love that, John. Thank you, John and Dina, both of y'all. You bring
Good job
so
here.
much.
And reason, oh, wait, I'm not done.
Yeah.
And for the last year, I don't know why, but I just was avoiding the uh, vegetable oil supplement,
Mm.
okay, or you know,
Omegas.
and for the omegas. So for the last year, I've been taking it, and quite honestly, my skin is really nice.
Hmm.
Okay, my
Hmm.
hair feels better. Okay, and my joints. Okay,
Yes.
so I really believe the omega 6 and the anti-inflammatories work.
Yep, you are exactly right. I tell you what, it's so wonderful having such great health care professionals who have such strong belief in Juice Plus, and they've read the science, and so have I, and it is very compelling. And John, when I first saw you, I hadn't seen you in a long time, and your wife, of course, never ages, and you don't either because you do look just like the last time I saw you, which was a long time ago. So, anyway, you're looking good. Keep taking your juice plus. So, okay, we're going to go on, and I'm going to go through some slides with you to just give you some information quickly here. And we talk a little bit about the bad news, and then we go into the good news. Y'all probably are aware of some of these health statistics. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. 1 in 3 will have cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 3 will have diabetes, and our children are really overweight now, sadly. We know that 76% of Americans have some form of chronic degenerative disease as compared to 3% 50 years ago, y'all. It just shows how much our health in America has declined. This is the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents, said David Katz, who's head of Yale Prevention. He said that probably 10 years ago at one of our conferences. And we are seeing our children getting sicker and sicker, younger and younger. And he also said children are more harmed by poor nutrition than alcohol, drugs, and tobacco combined. And yet we really don't talk that much about the food. And kids are not getting great, healthy food a lot of the times at school. So it's something that we really need to be aware of. And what we know is that, we're unhealthy because our lifestyle habits are unhealthy. Our food quality is decreasing. I think Dina mentioned that. 70% of what we're eating now, for most people, is ultra processed food, and 50 to 80% of our plants have less nutrition than they did 50 years ago because of the soil depletion and the things that Dina was mentioning. So, the good news, when you eat good food, it really does help protect your body. 75% of chronic degenerative disease is prevented with good nutrition. And we need to eat about 7 to 13 servings of fresh raw fruits and vegetables every day. That's the USDA recommended amount that we have. A serving is about the size of your fist. And so about 90% of us fail to do that. And so Dr. John was telling us about oxidative stress, and he was helping us to understand that that is at the root, that and inflammation is at the root of all chronic degenerative disease. And it's the process that we see with an apple. When you cut it and you leave it open to air, it turns brown. That's oxidation. That is what's happening to our cells, every minute of the day. When you squeeze lemon juice on that apple, which are antioxidants, that apple stays nice and fresh and it's protected from the oxidation. And that's basically what fruits and vegetables do for our cells. They protect our cells from oxidation. And oxidative stress is just a part of normal metabolism. So even just breathing and living, you have oxidative stress. But then when you add into that a lot of the toxins that we have in our world today, flying on airplanes increases your oxidative stress, taking any kind of medication. If you're an athlete and you are, really a high performance athlete, working out several hours a day, that increases your oxidative stress. So athletes, they say, need more like 16 to 18 servings of fresh raw fruits and vegetables a day. So um, most people know they're not getting what they need, and so many turn to vitamins. And what we know is there's no research that shows that isolated, fragmented multivitamins do anything for your health. So if you're taking a multivitamin, you can just, that's a good way you can save money and redirect that spending to eating real good food. And when you look at what's in one apple, right here is listed 400 of the phytonutrients in an apple. There's actually 10,000 different phytonutrients in one apple, and they all work together in synergy. And so 5 milligrams of vitamin C in an apple is more effective than when you take a 15 milligram vitamin C supplement. So we absolutely love the Whole Food Nutrition Supplement Juice Plus. It is just fruits, vegetables, and berries. It's that rainbow that you see in front of you. And we're at the end of the day, so most of us have eaten what we're going to eat today. And so look at that picture. How many of these did you eat today? And some of you, I know many of you took your Juice Plus, so you got this good variety. But what we need every day is a rainbow of nutrients, because all of the different colors of fruits and vegetables have different nutrients that do different things to improve our health and to protect our health. And so um, I think that, just thinking about that rainbow of nutrients circulating through your body every day and how differently we feel when we do that. We now have the superfood um, powders that come in these nice little sleeves. They basically are the same thing that's in the fruit, vegetable, and berry blend capsules. Same core product, same research, really delicious. And a lot of, people love drinking, their nutrients these days. And so it's a very popular new slash old product. So we love our superfood over at our house. So Juice Plus is unique in a number of different ways. As we have said, it's food, not a multivitamin. There's a food label, not a supplement label. It's NSF certified, third party certification. And Juice Plus itself does a lot of testing for purity of their product. But I love that they have an outside organization come in and test our products. And it proves that what is on the label is in the product, and there's nothing in the product that's not on the label. No herbicides, pesticides, chemicals of any kind, no harmful ingredients. And, this is super important because Dr. John mentioned about how poorly regulated supplements are when you walk into, the numerous types of supplement stores that you can walk into, or if you see something on the internet. Most of the supplements that are on the market are not third party tested. And I think I really do encourage you to not take anything that is not third party tested, because you really don't know for sure what you're taking. Consumer Labs did a test on 20 different products. All they were testing is what is on the label in the product. And only 7 passed that test out of 20. Some of the supplements had additional ingredients that were not on the label, and some of them did not have in the supplement what was on the label. So that is pretty scary when you think about it. And I know that Juice Plus is really better than organic, and it's safe. And then thirdly, it's the most nutritional, thoroughly researched nutritional product in the world. And the number just keeps going up. But I love the company's commitment to the clinical research. And I'm going to do a very high level, quick review of the science. But if you are someone like I was who wants to look at that science more in depth, we can surely share the link and you can read the studies yourself. But very quickly, the first thing that they studied was the bioavailability, and that is really the most important thing. All that is knowing that when you take it, it is absorbed so that what is in Juice Plus actually does great things for your body. So we know that when you take Juice Plus, it is absorbed. The important nutrients like vitamin C, E, beta carotene, polyphenols all go up in the bloodstream really within hours of taking Juice Plus. We know that Juice Plus supports immune function. Morgan spoke to that. And people do tend to get sick less often. When they do get sick, it's shorter and milder. We have experienced that in our family as well. It also balances the immune system. So people with autoimmune disease, which is really, really prevalent in today's world. And that is the one disease category that is just skyrocketing with new diagnosis being made. We did have autoimmune disease in our family, and when we were introduced to Juice Plus, I mean, I wouldn't have said that we were not healthy. We had my son had asthma, we had allergies, um, my daughter had acne, but that's, doesn't everybody have allergies and, and acne and all those kinds of things when you have teenagers? And so we started taking Juice Plus, pretty quickly had more energy and better sleep. But after 8 months on Juice Plus, three of the five of us came off allergy medicine. My son came off his asthma medicine. My daughter came off her prescription acne medicine, which was antibiotics, which, you really don't want to be on long-term antibiotics for your gut health. And so, we really saw the power of nutrition not only to protect our health, but also to heal our bodies. And so, like Hippocrates said, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. It does decrease systemic inflammation as well as oxidative stress. The two of those are at the root of all chronic degenerative disease. So if you can reduce your inflammation and oxidative stress, that goes a long way in helping you prevent all of the diseases that we were talking about earlier that none of us want ourselves to get or those that we love to get. There's also a recent study on cognitive function and cognitive health. And I love that. Both of my parents actually had cognitive decline in their late 80s. That is a very sad disease, and no one wants to get that. We don't want our loved ones to get that. And so I love the fact that we know that Juice Plus does improve cognitive health. And in four different really important ways. We can get more about that study to you if you want to hear more. Skin health. And I always say when I'm talking to a bunch of women, we have a lot of men on the line now, but like Dr. John said, he looks really young, and Dina does too, after being on Juice Plus for over 20 years. And there's really a good reason for that. There's a scientifically proven reason for that. We know that when you take Juice Plus, you have 39% improvement of the microcirculation to your skin. So more oxygen to the skin, more nutrients to the skin. You have better skin density, fewer fine lines and wrinkles. Sign me up for that. And dental health, we know that it actually improves periodontal health, reduces periodontal pocket depth, and Dina recommends it to all her patients. We know it supports cardiovascular health, which is, cardiovascular disease and brain disease. They kind of tie now for being the number one cause of mortality in our country. We also know that Juice Plus, the capsules and the complete, do support gut health. And then our omegas, y'all. I love our omegas. We know that 80% of people in our country have a low omega index. If your omega index is lower than 4, your chances of all-cause mortality goes up by 30 to 50%. And so having your omega index in that healthy range is very, very important. Also, super important to our brain health, heart health, joint health, and in prenatal, postnatal care as well, because it really contributes to the healthy development of the baby's brain. So all kinds of reasons that Juice Plus research shows that it is doing great things. I also want to mention that all three of my two daughters and daughter-in-law took Juice Plus as their sole prenatal. My son is an OBGYN, and he recommends it. He and his whole family are on it. That was Haley's prenatal. I have 8 grandchildren. Ninth is on the way, and they've taken Juice Plus as their prenatal. And then when the baby comes, the baby gets all their plant nutrition through breast milk as the mama breastfeeds. And then at about 6 months, we start opening up capsules so the baby can start getting the plant powders. And honestly, that is so good for babies and infants because it creates this thing called metabolic programming. The more good nutrition you get into your body, the more of that your body wants. And so it really shapes the tastes of young children. And so when you look at what happens with our Healthy Starts program, I love the company's heart to help families get healthy affordably. So kids and young adults between 4 and 25 can get Juice Plus for free when they're sponsored by an adult. So if you're on here and you are not yet 26 years old, you can get your Juice Plus free. You just got to find an adult that will sponsor you. And so I would encourage you to work on that because it's really worth it. But her family really saw all of these changes when we took our Juice Plus. Our children started eating more fruits and vegetables. My picky eater began to crave fruits and vegetables. That was a huge mom win. The kiddos are going to the doctor 60% less often and taking 56% less over the counter and prescription medications. All of that is huge. And then our athletes. So we've got John on the line. He could probably talk to us about athletes. And as I hear that he takes his Juice Plus faithfully, we actually have a relationship with the United States Performance Center. They train Olympic athletes and they put them on what's called the performance protocol. Is the Juice Plus Quad, fruits, vegetables, berries, omegas, and also the Juice Plus Complete. So we have a brand new product that focuses on gut health called Super Biome. And we are learning so much about gut health, y'all, and how significant and important it is to all of our systems. 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. So anxiety, depression is impacted hugely by poor gut health. 70% of your immune function is in your gut. So having a healthy microbial diversity, which just means, all these good guy bacteria that are in our gut, we actually have more bacteria in our body than we have cells in our body. Can you believe that? It's kind of hard to really understand that, wrap your brain around that. But the good microbiome, the healthy microbiome, has a very diverse group of bacteria. The superbiome is a very unique product in that it has a prebiotic drink. That's the orange drink there that you see. That has 6 different prebiotic fibers to it: Jerusalem artichoke, chicory roots. It's got things that I'm not eating. And then you take a capsule, and the capsule is a time-released probiotic. It's got a very diverse species, 9 different species of the good guys. But one of the things about it that's unique is that it makes it through the stomach to the large intestines. And that's very important because if a probiotic dissolves in your stomach, the digestive juices in your stomach are very acidic, and that bacteria will not live. It will not live to go on and get into the lower part of your gut where it's needed. So this product is vegan, gluten-free. I love it. I've been on it for 3 weeks now. We are hearing all kinds of great stories from More Energy. A lot of people with different kinds of joint aches and pains are getting better. Of course, it's going to help your digestive tract improve. So if you have IBS, any type of digestive issues, it's going to help with that too. So I could really say probably a bunch more about that, but I am going to go on so that we can finish up here. The Complete Shakes and the Perform are 2 different plant-based shakes that we have. Delicious, nutritious. I have a complete shake every single day. Low glycemic. It's got a clean plant-based protein, lots of superfoods in it. Low glycemic. It also really does help gut health. It's got a lot of good fiber in it as well. And the Perform is great for athletes. It's got 25 grams of protein, clean protein, and also helps a lot with muscle recovery and repair. So we also have a fairly new product that I love, the Luminate, which is a plant productivity product. I love mixing it with our superfood about 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Shake it up, put a lot of ice in there, and it is my afternoon happy drink. It's got incredible nutrients for your brain, ashwagandha, cordyceps. It's got some caffeine from coffee berry, which is very clean. It does help with laser focus, mental clarity, and it gives people a lift in the afternoon. I just love the Luminate and don't go a day without it. So, but the foundational products really are the fruits, vegetables, berries, and omegas. That's what my whole family takes from the 3-month-old all the way up to the 92-year-old. And everybody in between takes all of those products. And that is what I recommend for the best results. Any of the other products are great add-on products. Or you can start with anything, that got your attention that you want to start with. But I do encourage everyone to really consider starting with the quad because that is where most of our science is on the quad. And so there's really 3 ways you can get started. If you're interested, number one, you can become a customer, and Sweet Morgan will take excellent care of you. Secondly, if you want your whole family to be on Juice Plus, yourself, your husband, yourself, your mom, your best friend, then I really recommend you sign up as a partner under Morgan to get the best price. If you have 2 quads and one side product like the shakes or the Luminate, right off the bat, you get $200 back on your products. And the next time it ships, you'll get an additional 5% back. So it really locks you into a good price. Or thirdly, maybe you've been thinking about other people in your life that need to hear about this. And honestly, y'all, when I saw the science behind Juice Plus, it was introduced to me by our eye doctor, so it came through a trusted source. He was also a friend from church. And when I looked at the research, I knew my family needs this desperately. And I had many families that weren't that were struggling to get their fruits and vegetables in like we were. But also, I had a lot of people in my life who were really in the midst of health crisis. My sister was going through breast cancer. I had a best friend whose husband was in MD Anderson. And I just started thinking of all these people that I felt responsible to be sure that they heard this message so that they can make an informed decision. And if that is you, we are really trying to get this message out, despite the fact that our capsules, our foundational products have been around for over 30 years. Less than 3% of the people in our country have it in their kitchen and are taking it daily. And we want to see that change. And so, Morgan is on a mission to share this information with people she loves. And if you would like to join her, we would love to have you do that. So I am going to, this last slide just shows you what we really believe. We are giving the gift of hope based on science when we share Juice Plus, and we love getting this encouraging message out. So I am going to stop sharing and stop the recording. And we will open it up for questions in just a minute.